Hey everyone, welcome to my channel on this really dull, windy day. And yes, I know that is a no parking sign, but I park here all the time. So no one's around. It's only when school's on. There's a school over there. You're going to see it in the video. So I'm out here today with the iFlight. This is brand new iFlight Protek 25 Pusher drone. Let me bring it close. It looks like that. Mine looks a little different than others. You'll see is because it comes in blue and it comes in black, and what I did is I stuck the blue and black together to create this frame so that you could see the separation of the carbon fiber in black compared to the blue in plastic. And I did put the stuff around the edges so you can fly it indoor and bounce off the walls. Now, if when I say Protek 25 Pusher, you're confused because you say, didn't iFlight already have a Protek 25 and 35? Well, you would be correct. This is it here. This is the iFlight Protek 25. And this, my friends, is the iFlight Protek 25 Pusher. So the word pusher means that the props, check it out, the props are pushing down. The motors push down, everything pushes down to cause the drone to be like a hovercraft to move along the ground. This iFlight Protek 25 is actually a race freestyle drone with propeller guards so you can fly it indoors or in and out and through things. But you can't fly it in and out and through things the same way you can fly a pusher drone, because this is not a hovercraft, whereas this is a hovercraft. Does that make sense? So this falls in the Scene Whoop category, of course, and being a pusher drone, it's a Scene Whoop pusher drone. This, well, a lot of people would probably put it in the Scene Whoop category because of the prop guards, the way it's built, the frame around it. But I've flown this one, and you can get this going really fast and do some really cool freestyle, and you can get it going slow as well. And oh my God, it's starting to rain. I gotta hurry up this review before the rain hits really hard. So we're gonna see how this does out in the rain. Now, the other cool thing about this here drone is on top. Do you see that? There's a 3D printed battery mount. That's pretty cool because normally you have a battery strap. And the battery I have in there is, I put one of my, what is this there? 700 milliamp hour batteries, and it fits perfect in there. Says you can go from like a 650 up to an 850 on this 4-cell battery. On the front, iFlight also sent me their new camera that just hit the market. This is their GoCam by iFlight. It's almost 100% identical to the SMO 4K by Insta360. Actually, I'm pretty sure Insta360 makes this because the app for the Insta360 works perfect with this. It can record at 4K 30 and I believe 4K 60 frames per second. Put a micro SD card in the side. We're going to see how it works. These cameras are really designed for sunny days, and they do come with ND filters to give you that beautiful footage, really stabilized. It's super dull out here today, as you can see. I've already increased the exposure on this camera so I don't look too dark, so I don't know how the video is going to come out. But today is just a test to see how this little pusher drone works out here. I should also mention quickly that this drone comes in digital and analog. This is the digital version. Digital always costs more money and it's much more heavier. So this one's heavier than the analog version. However, the drone is very light. It's way under 250 grams. And when you put all of this on it, usually stays under 250 grams. Motors are 1404 motors, F4 flight controller inside. It's a 20 amp ESC, but it can bounce up for bursts of power. It takes a 4S battery. They say it can take a 6S, but I don't have a small 6S, so I'm flying it with a 4S. Since mine is digital, I have a Cadex Nebula Nano camera in the front, and I'm going to show you footage from that. Since I'm flying it and recording video, I'll be using my DJI FPV goggles, record video inside, plus I'll record some video with this camera and show you both. And of course for the radio, since it's all digital, I didn't put a receiver in it, so I'm just going to use the DJI radio to fly it around here. Now, iFlight does say this is a much quieter drone than other drones on the market, and they are correct. If you're in the FPV hobby and you fly like 100 different FPV drones, you're going to find for a pusher drone, it's not that noisy compared to other pusher drones. However, if you're somebody who has 1 or 2 FPV drones or you're not in the hobby, you're going to find that this sounds like someone took a blow dryer and stuck it right at your ear, or you're standing too close to the vacuum cleaner. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my hat cam on. I'll fly it right here. I don't know if you'll hear it over all this wind, and see if you hear the sound that comes out of this. So here we go. All right, here I am over here. I have the camera and the little Protek 25 down there. I have the camera on the front recording. There's a bug on it. As always, I always have bugs. Anyways, let's just arm it. There we go, and let's take it on up. It's gonna blow around in the wind. Bring it over to me. You see what I mean about a vacuum cleaner or a blow dryer? It flies really nice though. Now let me bring it down lower to the ground here. I'll bring it over here. Got little lights on the back. You can see them right there. All right, so what I'm gonna do is put it down and take it for a flight. Just wanted to show you the sound. Hopefully you can pick that up in my mic. So let's bring it over here, put it down. Not on top of the GoPro, but here, I'll put it over here. There we go. All right, I'm having no luck with the weather out here. It was raining for a while. I went home, I've come back. It's still windy, but the sun goes in and out. It's still cloudy right now. So I'm gonna take this for a flight now. And one thing I've noticed when I flew it before is it really flies fast. So I'm gonna try to control it. With this wind, it could be an issue. So you might see some fast flying footage. So here we go. Glasses off and goggles. Whoa, it's blowing the wind. This might not be a good flight. Make sure we have it in acro mode. There we go. So, here's what we're gonna see. Ooh, nice. So it's in the wind is bouncing it around. I don't know, how is that looking? Let's bring it back over to me. There's my Jeep over there, that's what I took off from. You can see the propeller or the fan or the windmill or whatever you want to call it, the electric station up there. Oh, the wind is just I'm being blown to the right now. That's not me turning to the right towards the school. The wind is just blowing me that way. Whoa, and this fan is just getting it. Check that out. But the cool thing with this drone is look at how I could just hover here. Look at that. That's what you get with these type of drones. All right, so let's go a little lower out of the wind. And let's not get chopped up. Let's go see what we have down here. So Pusher drones are designed to fly in and around and between things. Let's go over here. This is somebody's garden for the school. So let's go over here. Oh, the sun is gone. See what I mean about the sun? In and out, in and out. So I don't know how all this looks. Let's go this way. Oh my God, the wind. I see over on the other side we have City of Ottawa workers over there. See that white truck? I'm gonna look at the wind. It's just blowing me. I'm like fighting it. All right. Oh, I see it. I see a bird. Let's see if the bird sees this. Let me hit the water. Maybe don't hit the water. Coming to the bird. Coming to the bird. Whoa! One of us almost went in the water. That's pretty cool. All right. So I'm on the other side. I am going to have to come back because I don't want to get too far away with this wind or I have a long ways to walk. I'm just hovering here and the wind is just blowing me. So I'm coming back over here. There we go. And now I'm going with the wind. Wow! It's just moving. This is so cool. I don't know. I feel like I'm in a sailboat of sorts. All right. So the problem with a Pusher drone is that it's so light, especially this one, that the wind can mess you up. I wanted to go through that sign, but the wind pushed me over. And there goes our sun again. They do say that this thing's supposed to be able to do freestyle, so let's just take it up a bit so I don't kill myself. And let's just flip it. Yeah, no problem with freestyle there. But look at what the wind just takes it when I let go of the throttle. Let's go this way, into the wind. Just be better. Into the wind now. I'm being pushed backwards. Let's try it. There we go. That's pretty cool. So with this wind, one thing I've noticed is I'm fighting the wind, and at the same time I have a camera on board that needs power, as well as the motors. So I'm really drawing the power off this battery, something fierce. So let me come over to me and land over here. Coming down. There we go. All right, so because it's so friggin' windy out here, if you want to get an FPV drone to fly better in the wind, you have to tilt it more, right? So the only way to tilt it more is to, I've got crap all over this thing. The only way to tilt it more and fly is to lift the camera up. So see this camera here? I'm lifting it up. So I'm gonna tilt it about this much and have the camera point away up. I can fly fast this way into the wind. It's going to fly really fast, but I'm not going to be able to see the ground and orientate myself, so I can't go through things or anything. But we'll see how it spins around in the wind, and of course I got to take the camera here on the back and angle it as well. All right, let's try it. Our motors, here we go. This would be going with the wind to start really fast, I believe. Here we go. Yeah, so now I'm booting it. See what I mean? In order to keep the camera straight, I'm just booting it here. So I'm going to come back towards the wind now. I should be able to fly towards it, no problem. On an angle, let's go over to the proppy thing. I see a lot more vibrations in the image doing this because I'm just fighting everything, but yeah, there we go. We seem to be doing well. Hey, the bird's gone. Going into the wind, It's just a screaming. All right, let's bring it back. There we go. So see that going with the wind? Not a problem. Look at how fast I go. Woohoo! I wonder what the speed is on this. All right, let's bring it down low. It's harder to fly low when you have the camera facing up, but I'll try it. Go down, go down, go down. There we are. Try it low. At least I got it going straight. There, I got it going under something for a change. A pusher drone is not, I've probably said it 100 times already, it's not designed to fly in the wind. You need a non-windy day to fly it low to the ground, or else you have to fly really fast like I'm doing here. This is me with the camera facing upwards, so I get this high-speed type video that you see here. But of course, this is not what a pusher drone is designed for. It's designed to go slower. So I can come over to my Jeep. There we go. Whiz by. There we go. All right. So let me take this over here for a nice little landing by my Jeep. No cars coming. And coming down. I picked a bad day to come out. All right, next thing I want to show you is when you get this drone, what comes in the box. So let me show you what comes in the box. Here we go. This would be the Protek 25 pusher box that your drone comes in, and these are the specifications of the drone I had in this review. Now, like all drones from iFlight, it's a very solid construction, as you can see here, and one thing I find interesting is the carbon fiber that you see here in the center portion does not look like carbon fiber. It's very smooth and shiny. Now, the video transmission is based on your digital goggles. You can set it to what you want. Also, to make note is it is an XT30 battery connector, so if you get extra batteries, make sure they have an XT30 connector on them. Here we can see the pilot's camera, which is a CAD-DX digital Nebula Nano camera. Total weight of the drone in my test is 142 grams. Other items included with your drone would be spare props, as well as a goodie bag with all sorts of items that you're going to need to set up your drone and to maintain it. An iFlight battery strap is included. Mine also came with a 3D printed battery mount. iFlight also includes documentation on how to fly safe, as well as which way the props go on the drone, and your information on your digital camera, as well as stickers. iFlight also sent me replacement parts in case I wanted to change the carbon fiber or the body to a different color, as well as putting protection on the body. iFlight also sent me their new GoCam digital 4K 60 frames per second camera, which is super light, and there will be a full review on this camera in a separate video. This is what we call a tree, and the tree is moving because there's something called wind. And the wind only comes out when I do reviews of drones like this that require next to no wind. Yeah, so unfortunately, that's what you get. At least the sun's out. Well, it's going behind a cloud in a second. So, with the wind out here, the rain and everything else, and a little bit of sun, let me give you my final thoughts on this drone. Let me start off with the only negative I noticed. The only negative is that I noticed some vibrations in the pilot's camera. You know, when I have my goggles on. What I recorded in those goggles, there was a little bit of vibration that I could see, and that is because this here pilot's camera, right there you see, it is just mounted straight to the frame. There's no vibration dampening on it. So yeah, so you will get the vibrations as this thing vibrates, especially in the wind. But the camera up top should have looked okay because it's got stabilization and all that other good stuff. That's it, that's my only negative. Now I have to point out as well, if you have any drone and you put a camera up front, even if it's a naked GoPro or this new GoCam or the SMO 4K, it requires power. Oh, look at the wind is just howling again. It requires power to function. And because of that, the battery you stick on the back has got to supply this camera with the power, as well as your 4 motors and your ESC and your flight controller. So yeah, so you're not going to get a long flight time if you run it with the camera up front, but that's a given. Most of us in the hobby know that already. But if you put a camera on here that has its own power supply, like an Insta360 Go or an Insta360 Go 2, then it doesn't affect any of the power going to the motors, and you can get a long flight time, that's for sure. So this iFlight GoCam, I won't say much about it, but I will make a video about it, a very short one, just to show you some of the features. The features are extremely, almost identical to the SMO 4K by Insta360. 360, even uses the same app. So I'll show you all that in an upcoming video. But for now, I'm going to put links below to where you can find this here drone. Now this drone is available on certain websites, and I noticed on Banggood that they include the camera in a few of their deals. So you can buy this drone in analog or digital. This is the digital version. The analog version is very inexpensive for a drone, but the digital version is it's a lot more expensive because of that chip shortage. So everything has gone up in price for digital, so it's an arm and a leg. And if you buy the digital version and this camera together in a deal, it's an arm and a leg, a toe, a finger, a head, and everything else. It's pretty expensive, but if you get the same thing with the analog version, it's affordable. So those links will all be below. Check it out, see if this is for you. You know, it is an investment, especially if you go digital, because you need the goggles and everything else, and the camera and all that other good stuff. But in the end, you have a really good drone for having a lot of fun doing cinematic stuff. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you have questions on this drone, just post them below and I will get back to you. Catch you in a future video.